Ellie and the Starry Maze. On a calm evening, inside the pixelated village, Ellie noticed a soft glow rising from the hills beyond her window. The stars above were brighter than ever, and between them stretched faint silver lines, like paths connecting constellations. Villagers whispered about the Starry Maze, a labyrinth that only appeared when the sky was clear and the heart was brave. Ellie's curiosity sparkled. She packed a small satchel, bread, a lantern, and her favorite wooden sword carved by Grandpa Steve. As she stepped outside, blocks of grass shimmered under moonlight, and even the sheep seemed to glow faintly. "Tonight," she whispered, "I'll find the maze and discover its secret." A soft wind guided her toward the northern ridge. Each step she took lit a tiny square of light beneath her boots. It felt as if the stars themselves were forming a path. The further she walked, the quieter the world became, until only the sound of her breath and the distant twinkle of bells filled the air. Soon, she reached a high plateau where the ground turned into glittering blocks of obsidian and quartz. Before her rose two giant pillars made of shimmering starlight. In between them hung an archway pulsing gently, like a living heartbeat. This, she realized, was the entrance to the Starry Maze. She took a deep breath and stepped inside. The air changed instantly, cool and crisp like morning dew. Paths of glowing stones stretched in all directions, their walls shifting slowly as if breathing. From somewhere deep inside the labyrinth came a faint melody, a tune both welcoming and mysterious. Ellie tightened her grip on the lantern. "Let's see where this leads," she murmured, and began her adventure into the unknown corridors of the maze. Ellie moved slowly through the glowing corridors, trying to memorize every turn. The walls seemed alive. Tiny spark particles floated up from the blocks, forming shifting constellations on the ceiling. Every so often, a block ahead would pulse and change color, showing her which direction to go. After a while, she reached a square room where the path split into three. In the center stood a small creature made of starlight, a lumapup, no bigger than a fox, its body sparkling like 1,000 tiny gimps. It looked at Ellie with wide, gentle eyes, but whimpered softly, one paw stuck under a heavy crystal shard. "Oh, you poor thing," Ellie said, kneeling down. The shard was too big to lift with one hand, but she remembered her wooden sword. Sliding it carefully under the edge, she used it as a lever. With a grunt, she managed to push the shard just enough for the lumapup to wriggle free. The creature spun around her, leaving trails of glitter in the air, then gently nudged her hand. A faint sound like bells echoed, and a glowing token appeared on the ground, a star-shaped charm. Ellie picked it up and felt warmth travel through her fingers. "Thank you," she whispered. The lumapup barked a soft chime and darted down the left passage, stopping to look back at her. It wanted her to follow. They went together, deeper into the maze. The walls now displayed glowing symbols she didn't understand, circles, triangles, and swirling lines. Her lantern flickered, but the charm in her palm glowed brighter, lighting the path. Soon they arrived at a shimmering gate made of transparent blocks. In its center was a slot, shaped exactly like the star charm. Ellie placed the charm inside. The gate dissolved into tiny lights, opening a new path. Beyond it lay an even larger hall, with floating platforms of starlight and a soft echoing voice calling her name. Ellie glanced at the lumapup. "Looks like the real adventure starts now," she said, stepping forward into the vast chamber.